Here we will be mounting a mask with an art display T-arm. One approach is to bend the wire down from the top and into the holes on the side. A lot of this is going to depend on where the holes are in the mask that you have. The next approach could be going straight across from hole to hole, which is probably going to be the most straightforward, simple way to do this. So we're going to use the top holes on this mask, and as you see, the holes don't go all the way to the top on this one. So we'll just mark where it should be bent through the holes, and holding it with pliers, with enough leverage, you can bend it with your fingers. Then we'll cut it back so the wire can then fit through the hole. Obviously the hole has to be big enough in order to do this approach. And we're bending the wire up this way, it cannot slide side to side. So we'll do the other side, cut that back, and pretty much that is it. It's a pretty straightforward way of doing it. You could be done right at this point, but if you want to angle it back a little bit or move it forward on the base so the upright is not coming right out from underneath the bottom of the mask. To bend this though, it's 1/4 inch steel, about that. You'll probably need a vise or something to actually, hold on to this thing while you're bending. You can see you can still use your hands, but you'll need a vise. So the next thing to do is just to take those rough edges off so you're not scratching things when you're taking it on and off, and just blacken in the edges with the magic marker if you want. Or you can repaint the whole thing in case you mar it up while bending it. So we'll stick it in there. And that's pretty much it with this approach. The only drawback with this approach is that you will now be able to see the upright through the mouth. Most masks have a mouth. If it doesn't, you don't have that issue, but see, you can see the upright through the mouth. So another approach is to bend the wire so the armature now is going to go into the mask, but the key is bending the upright around the mouth so you don't see it. So we are going to bend both sides of the T part of the arm to inset the whole thing so it sort of lays in the mask. The next thing to do, once again, you're going to need a vise if you're going to be bending the upright or something to hold it. So now we're just going to go around the mouth, and then now we're going to bend it so the rod comes down to the base but not directly behind, coming off of the mask. This way it gives it some dimension. The mask comes off of that rod so it doesn't look like a lollipop or anything like that. So now he's going to bend that up to line up using those same top holes. See there, you can see how it bends around the mouth. He's going to mark that. He's going to do the same bending. Here though, since there's not as much leverage, in order to bend something when you get to the edges and stuff, it's better to use 2 pairs of pliers to get a nice sharp bend. When doing some of this bending, you want to avoid putting pressure also on the solder joints. With this approach, you won't need that little hook up either like you do on the straight across one, because the rods, the T-arm on the inside will keep it from moving left to right off of the armature. So now he's doing the other side. He's going to put that bend that goes into the hole there. Again, using 2 pairs of pliers, fitting it, and now we can see that it's holding it. It's going around the mouth, not showing in the mouth. We have an angle. It's angled back. There's the armature after it's all bent up. Side view, as you can see, it doesn't come right to the front. It goes around the mouth, and now you do not see it in the mouth. The other way to do it is to come from the bottom and go up and then into the holes. That may be a little simpler depending on, like this mask is done. So it'll depend on where the center of gravity is on your mask and how it all works out from there.